in a world more interconnected than ever before. The International Center for Protocol and Diplomacy stands as a beacon of leadership, connection, and transformation. We are the leading independent platform working globally, committed to making protocol and diplomatic practices more effective. We empower global visibility, foster connectivity, and inspire influence, all for the advancement of our vital profession. Our commitment is to visibility, integrity, value, and performance. We educate, influence, and transform. Our mission: to build global leaders who make significant differences within the global diplomatic community and diversified industries. With the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 agenda at our core, we facilitate connectivity, provide viable opportunities, and bridge the gaps between individuals, governments, embassies, international organizations, international business communities, and more. We navigate the complex landscapes of diplomacy, trade, economics, foreign policies, and culture. We help organizations understand the strategic engagements of diplomatic empowerment, ensuring a world that is truly connected. International Center for Protocol and Diplomacy, empowering global connectivity and sustainable leadership for a brighter tomorrow.
Okay, my name is Patricia Kennedy-Devine. I'm the Director General of the International Center for Protocol and Diplomacy. Good morning, distinguished guests, speakers, and participants. It is my pleasure to welcome us to the conference on navigating global events, corporate ethics, and ensuring compliance and resilience in air travels. I'd like to acknowledge, first of all, the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Festus Keyamo, and also Captain Chris Najomo, Director General, NCAA, and Dr. Agadinazu Rebecca, Director of Corporate Services, NCAA, and our keynote speaker, Ambassador Saroja Serisina, and our partners, Nick Peace Limited, and representatives. It is an honor to address this esteemed gathering, particularly as we celebrate the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority 25 years of dedication to a greater and enviable aviation sector. Congratulations to NCAA on this remarkable milestone. I welcome participants to this advanced training program, also conference, which is themed Navigating Global Events and Corporate Ethics, Ensuring Compliance and Resilience in Air Travel. As we navigate the complexities of global events and corporate ethics, it is imperative that we prioritize compliance and resilience in air. Over the next 2 days, we will explore critical topics such as corporate diplomacy, artificial intelligence, effective communication, risk management, corporate ethics, protocol, and compliance. Our main objective is to provide a platform for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and networking among industry professionals. At the International Center for Protocol and Diplomacy, alongside with our partners, we have ensured that we've brought to you the best of facilitators who are going to take us through all of these areas. That notwithstanding, we are also looking forward and we're very confident that the conference will provide valuable insights and opportunities for growth and development. We look forward to discussions and presentations that will take place over the next 2 days. Also, at the International Center for Protocol and Diplomacy, we are very committed to ensure that you receive the best of training and also the best of knowledge within the next 2 days. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a pleasant time in this training. Thank you.
Honourable Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development. Captain Chris Najomo, Director General, Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. Dr. Agadinazu Rebecca, Director General, Corporate Services. The Honourable Patricia Kenneth Devine, Director General, International Centre for Protocol and Diplomacy. Partners and representatives from Nick Peace Limited. Distinguished speakers, esteemed participants, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today marks 25 years of excellence from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. On behalf of the International Centre for Protocol and Diplomacy, we extend heartfelt congratulations on this milestone. Your legacy of aviation leadership inspires us all. As we commence the Advanced Training Programme and Conference themed Navigating Global Events and Corporate Ethics, Ensuring Compliance and Resilience in Air Travel, we recognize the urgency of this conversation. Global shifts demand agile, accountable, and resilient aviation systems. The IPDC proudly supports the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority's efforts. Nigeria's aviation progress reflects the power of reform, cooperation, and vision. We applaud your achievements in fostering a safer, stronger industry. The UK's aviation market is projected to hit $7.6 billion by 2030, contributing significantly to GDP and technological advancement. We believe that collaboration between the NCAA and UK experts can unlock economic opportunities and regulatory innovation. Let's explore key partnership areas: aerospace innovation and technology, safety management and regulatory reform, advanced engineering and manufacturing practices, aircraft maintenance and operational standards, sustainability and environmental strategy, international diplomacy and cross-border aviation alliances. These are action-oriented focus areas that can be addressed through joint training programs, policy dialogue, technical exchange, and institutional partnerships. To this end, we at ICPD warmly invite NCAA senior leadership to visit the United Kingdom for in-depth dialogue and partnership development. We also propose hosting a stakeholders forum in the UK focused on innovation, digital transformation, and strategic alignment. The aviation industry is more than transport. It is a conduit of cultures, facilitator of economic growth, and a catalyst for global integration. Let us continue to work together, government, regulators, private partners, and the international community to build an aviation industry that is safe, ethical, sustainable, and resilient. The skies are not the limit. They are just the beginning. Thank you, and may this conference spark the innovation and partnerships that will define the next 25 years of aviation in Nigeria and beyond.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to contribute to this distinguished program, and I would like to thank the International Centre for Protocol and Diplomacy for this kind invitation. My name is Jean-Luc Meyer. I am the principal at SRC Strategic Relations Counseling, based in Switzerland. At SRC, we support leaders in government, international institutions, and the private sector, helping them navigate geopolitical challenges, manage international relations, and build long-term resilience. Today, I would like to share with you a few reflections on corporate diplomacy in the aviation sector and how a strategic, discrete approach can help institutions strengthen both compliance and influence in a global environment. Before we begin, let me briefly share the path we'll follow. This session is not about operational procedures, but about perspective. We'll begin by exploring the strategic nature of airspace and how even altitude is negotiated. We'll then look at the tension between sovereignty and service and how this shapes movement in the skies. From there, we explore compliance not just the rule book, but as a language that communicates intent. In the second half, we'll reflect on how diplomacy operates when leverage is low, and what it means to prepare for turbulence before it arrives. And we close with a few thoughts on the future and the role of quiet strategy in a loud world. This contribution is not designed as a technical briefing, but as a space for reflection on the often overlooked diplomatic dimensions of compliance and access in aviation. Let us begin with a quiet shift in altitude. We often speak of air travel in technical or operational terms, but I'd like to invite you to pause for a moment and consider this simple sentence. Airspace is not just regulated, it is negotiated. Every route, every clearance, every overflight is the result of a set of permissions, alignments, expectations. Aviation operates in a physical dimension, yes, but it is governed by relational dynamics, political, institutional, and often informal. When a corridor closes, it may be for safety, but sometimes it's a message. When it reopens, it may signal restored trust or quiet pressure. And that's where diplomacy begins, not in a negotiation room, but in what we allow to move. Let's descend now from the altitude of strategic thought to the realities on the ground. Because behind every flight lies a tension we often underestimate, the tension between sovereignty and service. When we think of flight, we often picture engines, schedules, and logistics. But beneath of all that lies something far more delicate. Permission. Every aircraft that moves from one jurisdiction to another does so by virtue of a shared understanding between states, between agencies, and between institutions, sometimes formal, sometimes tacit. This is where sovereignty meets service. On one side, the sovereign right to regulate, to protect, and to restrict. On the other, the practical need to move people, goods, and ideas across borders. That tension is not a flaw. It's the design. And it requires constant recalibration, not through pressure, but through relationship. This is the invisible work of aviation diplomacy, ensuring that movement remains possible, even when the world gets complicated. So, what roles can company play? In this delicate balance, what happens when the actors are not states, but carriers, partners, or professionals? Let's take a moment to define what we mean when we speak of corporate diplomacy in this context. Corporate diplomacy is not about visibility. It is about alignment with institutions, with expectations, and with change. In aviation, it means navigating complexity, not only through compliance, but through clarity, relationships, and discretion. It is about how we move, not just that we move. And that brings us to a key question. What do rules actually say? Do they only protect, or do they also communicate? Let's take a closer look at compliance, not as a legal obligation, but as a form of strategic communication. And let's look now at compliance as a language, because rules are not neutral. They are shaped by values, history, and political context, and they signal what a society or an institution considers important. In air travel, we often think of compliance in operational terms: immigration, security, health protocols, and environmental regulations. But each of these, consciously or not, communicates something. For example, who is welcome and under what conditions? What is protected? What is restricted? And why? In that sense, compliance becomes not only a requirement, it becomes a signal and sometimes a statement. How an airline responds to new climate regulations, how a country applies entry restrictions, even how health protocols are enforced, all of these decisions are read diplomatically. So, if compliance is a form of communication, then it matters not only what we do, but how we do it. And that brings us to a more personal level, the principles that guide diplomatic behavior in practice. Let's pause for a moment and bring this to a more human scale. Diplomatic thinking isn't only institutional, it's relational. It depends on how we show up, how we respond, and how we hold ourselves in moments of pressure. 3 principles help us navigate this terrain quietly, effectively, and with presence. Respect means recognizing that the other side has its own logic, even if it's not ours, and treating it as legitimate, even in disagreement. Empathy means listening without rushing to respond. It's not about agreeing, it's about understanding what the other side needs to feel heard. Adaptability is not weakness. It is the ability to shift posture without losing clarity. It allows us to stay strategic, even when conditions change. Respect opens more doors than access alone. Empathy sustains dialogue, and adaptability ensures continuity. These principles become especially vital when the playing field is not level, when influence is uneven and options are limited. That's when diplomacy shows its quiet strength. Diplomacy becomes most valuable when we don't hold all the cards. It is in moments of asymmetry, political, economic, or operational, that strategic thinking reveals its deeper purpose. In aviation, we often see situations where states with less geopolitical weight must negotiate access to strategic airspace, or airlines navigating regulatory environments not of their choosing, or companies caught between conflicting jurisdictions. The power to act may be limited, but the power to shape perception, build trust, and create room to maneuver remains. Diplomacy is not about dominance, it is about creating space, even where space seems absent. It is the ability to hold a steady course, to keep relationships intact, and to maintain relevance, especially when leverage is low. This is not soft power, it is quiet precision. Let's look at how this plays out in practice, not with theory, but with quiet decisions that changed outcomes. Not all diplomacy takes place at a table. In aviation, decisions are made at every level, and some of the most impactful ones happens quietly. Every operational layer, from ground handling to airspace control, contains diplomatic touchpoints. Influence does not only flow top-down, it is distributed across systems, across moments, often without being named. Diplomacy is not just in agreements. It's in every protocol that prevents friction, every clearance that preserves timing, every choice not to escalate. Seen and unseen, these are the moments where diplomacy protects movement. Let me offer you 2 quiet reflections, not as a formal case study, but as glimpses into how diplomacy operates behind the visible protocols. The first took place during a period of heightened political tension. A key regional airspace was suddenly restricted, officially for technical reasons. Behind the scenes, it was a calculated diplomatic signal. One airline, rather than protesting publicly, activated its diplomatic channels, and discreet conversations followed. The situation eased within days. Not because the problem disappeared, but because space for face saving was offered. The second moment emerged during a global health emergency. Regulations shifted rapidly. An international carrier, rather than challenging inconsistencies between 2 jurisdictions, aligned its public messaging to reflect both, respectfully, without contradiction. The result? Trust was preserved on both sides, even amid confusions. These are not stories of triumph, but of calibration. The art lies not in what was said, but in what was understood, and sometimes in what was left unsaid. From these examples, we begin to see how resilience is built, not in reaction, but in quiet, strategic preparation. Let's explore what that means in the context of institutional thinking. What we call resilience is rarely visible in the moment because it was built before the turbulence arrived. Diplomatic thinking is not only about navigating the now, it's about preparing system, people, and perceptions for what may come. In aviation, this might mean pre-negotiated fallback agreements, quiet channels that stay open even when official ones are strained, or a shared understanding of values that helps bridge contradictory rules. True resilience is not just procedural, it is ethical. It stems from a mindset that refuses to weaponize regulations, that respects complexity without surrendering to it. This kind of foresight is not loud, but when the unexpected happens, it is the difference between escalation and continuity. And as we think ahead to future crises, new technologies, shifting alliances, one thing remains clear. The most strategic voices are not always the loudest. We began with altitude and we return there now. Not with noise, but with presence. In air travel, every agreement, every silent approval, every calm resolution tells us something. That diplomacy is still one of the most powerful tools we have. But the kind of diplomacy we need today and tomorrow is not always visible. It's the kind that listens before acting, that aligns without drawing attention, that protects the future without needing applause in the present. The most strategic voices are often the most quiet. May yours be among them. Thank you for your quiet attention and for the work you carry forward, even when it goes unseen. And to those of you working in regulation, diplomacy, or aviation strategy, thank you for the role you play, often quietly, in holding things together.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, speaker and participant present here today. My name is Helen Ejiro, and I'm so excited to be here today. And I want to say congratulations to the Nigerian civil aviation sector for this brilliant achievement so far for the past 25 years. I'm really excited to be here today and to be a part of this great move. I will be taking us on the artificial intelligence and how it transformed the air travel space. So permit me to share my screen in the next few minutes. All right. We will be taking the training on the role of AI in ensuring compliance and resilience in the air travel. I believe that by the end of this session, we will all have the understanding of how AI is able to affect the air travel space, and we'll be exploring how artificial intelligence is transforming air travel by enhancing compliance and resilience in the aviation sector. So as we go along today, I know that at the end of this training, that every participant will have an understanding of the importance of artificial intelligence in aviation. So it's very, very important to know that AI holds a great place in the transformation in the aviation industry. So we'll look deeply in how the artificial intelligence is able to transform the role in modern air travels. So take it one by one and step by step today. So we'll first of all look at the objectives of AI in air travel. The importance of artificial intelligence is increasingly vital in maintaining safety and regulatory compliance and operating efficiency in the air travel industry. And it seems to explain key AI applications in compliance and resilience. So look at the forecast, compliance, and safety risk using artificial intelligence. And by the end of today's training, participants should be able to understand the role that AI plays in building resilience against disruption such as weather events, system failure, or security threats. So today we will explore how artificial intelligence is transforming the air travel by enhancing compliance with aviation standards and operational resilience. So AI transformative role in air travels has become a revolution in modern air by enabling smarter, safer, and more resilient aviation operations. And so this is how the artificial intelligence has successfully transformed the landscape. So we want to look at some AI applications in the air travel system. Enhancing safety and compliance is a very key tool which AI is able to monitor aircraft performance, pilot behavior, and maintaining activities. And in enhancing safety and compliance, the system automatically monitors the activities in aircraft performance, and it helps in helping humans to make things very, 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 very active and able to
follow a due process in having smooth running in our system. Today, we are able to optimize flight operations by using the AI-driven tools in a state whereby the weather, the traffic, and fuel consumption pattern suggest optimal flight routes. We'll dive into looking at some AI applications today so we can have a proper understanding of how the artificial intelligence has been able to help in the space of the air travel. We'll look at some of these applications. We'll look at predictive maintenance. We'll also take a look at some other applications as we go along in this training. For the application of the predictive maintenance, AI analyzes data from aircraft sensors to predict components failures before they even occur. And it also prevents unplanned downtime and improves safety. Airlines like Lufthansa and Delta use this to reduce maintenance costs and also flight cancellation. And in another way, we can see that passengers demand forecasting, and AI is able to anticipate booking trends. They are able to anticipate these booking trends based on seasonal pattern. And they even go ahead as looking at events or global disruption during pandemic. And it helps to optimize fleet allocation and staffing and ticketing price. All these are being achieved by the use of AI application. And thereabout, talking about weather disruption analysis, AI modes predict potential flights. They are able to predict these flights delay, or they are able to now help in rerouting due to weather conditions that we cannot, when unable to control. But with the help of AI tools, we're able to put in place strategies, we're able to put in place systems to help curb this rerouting when there is weather condition. And this is a proactive rescheduling with the help of the AI application. So we'll look at some other form of AI application, and we'll look at what we call the real-time monitoring. And in this instance, AI continuously monitors lives, data streamed from various aviation systems. They are able to detect anomalies and even ensure safety and trigger immediate responses so that preventive measures can be taken in place. So these are various tools that AI is able to help to manage aircraft movements. And the AI application helps to manage aircraft movements. They help on the runway, they help on the taxiway, reducing congestion and the risks of collision. All these are being achieved because of the use of AI application. And AI application also help in security and surveillance. And they also monitor CCTV cameras, and they give feedback to the airport for unusual behavior of unauthorized access. And facial recognition also help identify real-time streaming of passengers flow. So these are real AI applications that have really supported in the area of air travels and make things better and smoother for the running of the operations in our aviation system. Today, AI has gone a long way in transforming the system we work with. And we can also talk about other areas where AI has ultimately helped in running smoothly activities in the aviation system. We want to look at the health monitoring due to the post-COVID era, terminal scanners, AI tools monitors passengers, their tempo and movement for outbreak control. They've been able to help in curbing the spread of COVID during the time we had COVID-19 in our system. And today we'll be looking at some benefits of artificial intelligence in the aviation sector. All right. So I want us to take a look at deeply into the AI applications and the benefits of artificial intelligence in the air travel. Artificial intelligence is really doing a lot in the aviation system today. It's reshaping the aviation system by streamlining operations, enhancing safety, and improving the travel experience. We have some key benefits of the artificial intelligence as we begin to explain deeper into what artificial intelligence is all about and what we have benefited so far since we have AI in the space of aviation. So artificial intelligence is a real-time anomaly detection. AI can detect mechanical or system outbreak in the middle of the flight, during the flight, and after flight. AI is able to detect any mechanical fault, thereby leading to proper maintenance check. It also helps airlines meet international aviation regulation through automated monitoring reports. So from the look of things, you can see that artificial intelligence has really gone a long way in transforming the aviation system. So we can see that artificial intelligence has been able to reduce human errors. It has assisted pilots, controllers, and technicians in making informed decisions with fewer mistakes. That's what we've been able to achieve by using artificial intelligence in the air travel. We also look at what we call operational efficiency. We've been able to fast faster decision making. Artificial intelligence had made that so possible for us to make faster decision making in the aviation space. That is making rapid, analyze complex data due to weather, traffic, or fuel levels, so as to support the flight routing and scheduling. And it has also reduced unplanned downtime by identifying issues before they even become a problem for us in the aviation sector. And it also, AI has streamlined ground operations, refueling, cleaning, baggage handling by optimizing the workflow. So we can see that artificial intelligence has really taken the aviation industry to another level today. And it has also led to another benefit of cost reduction. That means it has also lowered maintenance costs through predictive analytics. Airlines prevent unnecessary part replacement due to the activity of the artificial intelligence in place. And this has extended the equipment life, so we don't end up spending so much money in renovating or changing parts of our airlines, because artificial intelligence have been able to discover these abnormalities and making it possible for us to discover on time and leading to long life of our products, long life of the airlines. And it has also helped select for efficient routes, reducing operational costs. So you can see that the benefits of AI in today's aviation is enormous, and it has really done so much changes in how things are being done in the aviation industry. So automated systems are being reduced, dependency on man labor for route checks and reports are also checked by the artificial intelligence. So you can see that we have a lot of benefits introducing artificial intelligence in the world globally. And not only that, it has improved passengers' experience a lot of improved experiences for passengers while they fly. AI chatbots and virtual assistants, they offer 24/7 customer service. We can see that bookings are done online. These are all the benefits of introducing the artificial intelligence into our aviation industry. So faster security checking, the help of facial recognition, biometric system, which have reduced airport queues and also enhances convenience. And not to talk about resilience and crisis response. We can see that rapid disruption recovery, because AI has supported booking, they have supported rerouting, and they are also resource allocation during flight, weather disruption and emergency. So all these are being put in place because of the use of artificial intelligence in the aviation industry. And not to talk about environmental sustainability, emission tracking. AI has measured greatly and manages aircraft carbon emission for compliance with green policy. AI has become a great transformation in the aviation industry globally. And not only that, AI has continually helped improving over time through machine learning, enabling smarter operations in our system. We can see how AI has been very effective in running the day-to-day activities in the aviation industry. So, mainly looking at it, we can see that the use and the introduction of artificial intelligence into the aviation system has really done a whole lot of changes today, and we tend to put in these practices into the aviation ministry and sector today. So we can see that AI is not just a tool, it is a strategic advantage of modern air travel. It enhances safety, it lowers cost, it improves experiences, builds a more responsive and resilient aviation ecosystem. So we cannot do without the artificial intelligence today. So we tend to, in conclusion, every staff, every person in the aviation system today should be open for learning, be open for a change, to learn how these tools can help their duties to be more effective. So I will encourage us today to welcome more trainings in line with artificial intelligence in our aviation sector. Can turn around. So knowing the fact that we have spent 25 years already, we have come this far, we got to make the aviation industry a great turnaround by welcoming openly the use of artificial intelligence, where everyone should be part of it. Everyone should have an open heart, an open mind to learn, so that things can become better, so that aviation sector can be safer, can be smarter, and can have good compliance. I want to appreciate us for giving me the opportunity to be here today and to share on this training. I'm grateful to be part of this move. I'm grateful to be part of what is happening in the aviation sector. I believe the next 25 years will be more transformative than where we are today, with the use of artificial intelligence in place. So I want to say a big thank you, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. God bless you, and thank you.